Hello. Recording, right? Yes. Hi. Hi. Happy weekend. So how's it going? Today we finished this, which was the snow business. So we got, nice reflections going on. Whoa, nice reflections going on. And we got the thick snow. You can see a little better if I come over here. Pardon for the motion sickness. Let me turn the mouse down a little bit. Yeah, it looks very nice and pretty. It's got ambient occlusion coming through. I mean, showing, and also subsurface scattering coming through. Um, and then I got these rocks over here. These pebbles that I used them like both far away, kind of big. They would need some cleanup to get to final because you end up with some that are floating like that guy. But, all in all, these little clumps here and there kind of tend to work, and far away you can use them as big rocks. Like, you know, these guys in this whole area are actually the same as these guys. Oh, ooh. So, and then we got our ice and our foliage. So, anyways, yeah, that's that one. Um, let's see. So that was using Substance Designer and got through that one. And then there's this one that we've actually gathered from another one of Ryan's tutorials. I forgot his name or last name already. But anyways, it's doing a twin stick shooter set of tutorials, which will come in handy for me. And this one so far basically looks like, let's see, like this. And I can use my controller. Aha! Oh, I don't want to die. So these guys spawn. Yeah, not much for animation yet, but I can turn, and I can shoot, and I can slowly take them down, and they respawn as I kill them. So you'll start to see them respawn, and it maxes out at around 20, and if I die, it wipes the whole screen of all of them. That's my health in the corner that was reporting, so here they come for me, I'm dead, and then we all die and start respawning again. So, anyways, it's neat, and you can do ballet. Wee. So that's that. There's a lot of things that we've been building in this. Some new, some old. Where's my blueprints? So what? There's the enemy AI, which is pretty straightforward. At the beginning, what is it? There's a pre-made function that lets you track where the player is. Or no, we made this function that says track player, and it's get the controlled pawn and get the player, and it's real simple set up right now. Just move the player or the enemy AI towards the player, and in there, here in the enemy character actually is where we have defined the run speed and numerous other things buried down in here somewhere. Is where you define your run speed, and so you can say how fast they're running and all that jazz. And actually right now we were working on the heroes animation, and this is a really cool little graph. You can set it up so side to side axis is what directional animation, and up and down is speed animation. So anywhere down at the bottom he's going to be sitting in idle, but up at the top, if he's running straight forward, which is his top middle, he'll have a straightforward animation. If as you go towards the right, this is your angle of degrees that you're turning. So see how he's turning more and more until he's running directly sideways animation, and then over here is your run backwards animation. So it's based on angle, so it goes all the way from here 180 degrees this way or 180 degrees this way. So run the other way. His foot's a little janky. Yeah, not the prettiest animation, but it works. And then backwards. So yeah, you can just drag and drop in these animations wherever you want. So if you wanted, he could be dead here. So it's trying to interpolate between standing and being dead here. But anyways, that is not what I wanted to do. So yeah, it's pretty cool the way they set this up. It's just based on your direction of motion or whatever you want it to be based on. It will start to make the skeleton, interpolate between each of those animations. But yeah, let's see. So enemy AI moves towards us. Let's see if we can go through them all real quick. We made a, it's not called a dispatcher, it's called an interface. So anytime anything takes damage, you can call this event affect health, and it lets everything in the world know, hey, do something with your health. And that's mostly in part with this projectile. If it collides with something, it calls affect health. And both the enemies and the main character have an affect health little function in them, and it'll go, hey, did you get hit? If you do, do damage to your health. And each one of them actually is in charge of their own death. So, like here, if the bullet from projectile, which is right here, if it's out and flying, does it impact with something? Is it a friendly target that it impacts with? And if it's not, affects their health, meaning it's an enemy. So then it calls, affect health here, and it calculates their health and says, are you dead? If you're dead, destroy yourself. And then the projectile also, after calling affect health, then it destroys itself. So after it collides with something and affects their health, then it despawns. What else is the enemy character got going on? Oh yeah, this is how they do damage, is on overlap. And it's because they are overlapping this little box down here. So he's basically got knives at his feet, and that's what does damage. And then, let's see, he can only do damage so often, which is this right here. So we can set our attacks per second right here. And it sets a timer to make sure it can only go hit, 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 instead of just instantaneously hitting you 100 times. And here's just a function that says affect health for the hero. So it's going to call the hero character and do damage to the hero. Oh yeah, and when you're done overlapping, be sure to reset the timer on the damage. And then what else is there? There's the this is the actual interface, which is really simple. It's just a declaration to say you can call me and pass in a single bit of information, which is the delta or damage done. The projectile, we kind of went over everything it does. It's just this glowy little laser ball. And then there's the hero character, which has a bunch of stuff. If he gets hit, calculate your health, print it on screen. And if he's dead, respawn him first, and then destroy everybody. So that's how that one works. And these are the controls for, up in, that's the joysticks, is what you're declaring right now. And then over here you handle rotation, and over here is where you handle the other joystick for starting and stopping shooting. And then this one is, this one gets the gun, puts it in his hand, and sets it ready to be shooting. And then this one is to declare where you should be spawning to the game mode, which I guess we can go over next, which is here. And the game mode, in case you need to respawn a character, it has a function to do that. And the begin play, here is where it's trying to set up the spawner and spawn enemies is what's going on here. Like I said, a lot of different stuff. On the enemy spawner, it gets however many there on screen, and if there's less than the max, then go ahead and generate another one, and then use the spawn volume, get its area, and spawn another one. So that's this up here is the spawner. And yeah, just some simple materials, and there's the first little AI guy. And yeah, so got pretty far. Got in a good 12 hours today, I think. Possibly more. Anyways, yes, it was quite lovely, and should be able to wrap up this one this week, I would imagine, because I'm going through them pretty quick. because a lot of it I've gone over before, but there's these few little new snippets. So, anyways, yes, hope everybody had a lovely weekend. We went to Knott's Scary Farm. I recommend it. So, anyways, yes, until tomorrow, hopefully, enjoy the evening, or what's left of it. Peace. As soon as I figure out how to pause.